Once Upon a Time in Africa is an adventure show that takes a group of very bright and dynamic 11 years old from the four corners of the continent on a journey through ancient African history. So that's African history before colonization. And they go on this journey because they've been actually handpicked by a mysterious teacher character to go and experience for themselves all the ancient civilizations that Africa had through its history and try to experience and protect this history that is now disappearing because it's mostly word of mouth and not written history. So the mission that these children have is actually to go and remember this history and protect it for future generations.
My name is Ali Mwangola. I'm the art director on the Once Upon a Time in Africa show. And basically we'll be shooting Ahmed Baba's library. As you can see, this is the entrance with the Arabic inscriptions on the door and Moroccan architecture. If you know a bit about the history of Timbuktu, there's a lot of interaction between the Maghreb and the people of Mali. So what we tried to do was recreate the architecture of Timbuktu in the 16th century.
There are so many challenges with this show. When we shoot the XYZ show, we're now the team now very much knows what they're doing, and we're shooting it very fast. Here we're trying to really go beyond what we already know how to do. So again, we've had to build massive sets from scratch. The art department team actually outdid themselves and built an entire library that is supposed to be set in 1593 Timbuktu, so with books and all sorts of artwork. So they've built all that. They've built a well. Same with the animations department, who have to now recreate again an ancient world that doesn't exist anymore. So taking inspiration from what Timbuktu looks like today and trying to imagine what it was like several centuries ago. So all of these have been massive challenges.
I'm afraid of the deck like a big boo-boo. Don't be mean, Andy. Oh, thanks, Omar. Very clever, Karuboitia. Are you banning your book?
The aim of this show is to put the spotlight on everything that Africa has achieved through its history, which is not being known anywhere by Africans themselves in Africa or anybody around the world. What people know in terms of African history is really recent history from colonization. There's so much that has happened before, and there's this perception that there was no history in Africa before Europeans came in, which is absolutely not correct. And it is actually a very big problem in terms of self-perceptions and also in terms of building your own identity and thinking of what you can achieve in the future if you don't know what has been achieved in the past. Turns out many things were achieved in the past. Africa was really the backdrop of some of the most incredible stories and peoples and civilizations, and including actual buildings and governments and legal systems and leadership systems. So that's what we'll be exploring through the show, and we're hoping that we can actually interest not only children but also their parents and really everybody in looking at Africa and the history of the continent in a different way.
Thank you very much. If we are going to go on like this, I think next week we will do a rap battle.